Chapter 38 of Fuzzy Mud, the last chapter. Oops. Courage, humility, and grace. The following testimony is excerpted from the transcript of the Heathcliff disaster hearings. Senator Hastings, so when you returned to the woods to look for Chad, did you see more of the mud? Tamaya Dewaldy, yes, just about everywhere I looked, but there could have been more of it the first day, too. I just didn't know to look for it then. Senator Wright, please speak directly into the microphone, Tamaya. We're having trouble hearing you. Tamaya Dewaldy, oh, sorry. I said the first time I went into the woods, I didn't know about the fuzzy mud, so I wasn't looking for it. All I could think about was wanting to get out of there. Senator Haltings, because it was against the rules to go into the woods? Tamaya Dewaldy, but I wasn't allowed to walk home alone either. Senator Haltings, Hobson's choice. Tamaya Dewaldy, I don't know what that is. Senator Haltings, Hobson's choice. It's when you have to choose between two options, and they're both bad. Senator Wright, Tamaya Dewaldy, yes, they were both bad. Senator Wright, well, Tamaya, speaking on behalf of this committee, we are very glad you chose to follow Marshall into the woods. The two of you may have saved the world. Tamaya Dewaldy, but everyone got the rash because of me. Senator Wright, no, from everything the scientists told us, that would have happened anyway. Maybe a week or two later, and by then it would have been too late to contain it. Senator Haltings, the quarantine wouldn't have been in place. Someone could have stepped in the fuzzy mud, gotten on a plane and flown to Los Angeles or Paris or Hong Kong. We could have had a worldwide epidemic, and in places where the temperature never drops below freezing. Senator Wright, thanks to you, Marshall, and Chad, the country got an early warning. Senator Haltings, you're a very brave young lady, Tamaya. Tamaya Dewaldy, I wasn't brave. I was scared. Marshall's the brave one. Senator Foote, so how does it feel to have a disease named after you? Tamaya Dewaldy, it's a great honor, I guess. Epilogue. For hundreds of thousands of years, human beings lived in a world without bioline. There was no gasoline, no nuclear power plants, and no electric lights. Water was clean, and the night sky glittered with 1,000,000 stars. There were also fewer people in the world. It is estimated that 1,000 years ago, there was a total of about 300 million people living on Earth. World populations didn't reach the 1 billion mark until the early 1800s, but by the 1950s, the number had more than doubled. In 1951, more than 2.5 billion people inhabited the planet. By the 1900s, world population had doubled yet again, and in 2011, it was reported that there were more than 7 billion of us eating, drinking, driving cars, using bathrooms, day after day after day. 2 times 7 billion equals 14 billion. 2 times 14 billion equals... Which is why, even after the Heathcliff disaster, the Senate Committee on Energy and the Environment voted unanimously to support the continued production of bioline. The committee was presented with a Hobson's choice: either risk worldwide catastrophe or give up on a source of clean, affordable energy. They concluded that the risk of catastrophe was extremely small. They hoped. Jonathan Fitzman assured the committee that there would be new safety procedures. This included taking daily samples from the storage tanks in order to test for oxygen-tolerant ergonyms. If even one such ergie was found, all the little fellows inside that tank would be destroyed. Soon, bioline-powered cars and trucks would fill the highways. Sunray Farm would establish new farms in Michigan, Idaho, and New Mexico, sites chosen either for their cold winters or their lack of vegetation. Scientists determined that the frankengerms had thrived as well as they had because of all the organic material in the woods. The ergies were especially fond of freshly fallen leaves. 1 week after returning from Washington, D.C., Tamaya still felt a glow of excitement from the experience. Everyone had told her how well she'd done, praising her maturity and poise. Monica kept reminding her that she was famous. It was scary returning to the woods again. It was scary climbing up Chad's tree, especially wearing clunky snow boots and fat gloves. Chad in front, and Marshall right behind, both promised they wouldn't let her fall. She didn't dare look down. The climb, the cold, and her fear of heights left her short of breath, but also exhilarated when she reached the cross boards that Chad had nailed into place. "Isn't it great?" Chad beamed. "Awesome," Marshall agreed. Tamaya held tight to the tree as she looked out across the frozen woodlands. The world was so beautiful. She just hoped it would stay that way after the snow melted. The end. And as a bonus, here is Tamaya DeWaldy's assignment. Room 308, Heathcliff Regional Hospital, December 9th, late assignment. How to blow up a balloon. 1. You start with a flat balloon. The color doesn't matter. You want to fill it with air from your lungs. 2. Look for the knobby end. If you stick your finger through it, your finger will be inside the balloon, but don't stick your finger in there. 3. Okay, put the knobby end inside your mouth. Your lips should be tight around the knob so that when you blow, all your air will go into the balloon and not around it. 4. Okay, hold the balloon between your first and second fingers. You have to hold it loose enough to allow air in, but tight enough so that it doesn't move. 5. Now blow. 6. Repeat step 5 until the balloon is full. 7. Between blows, you will need to take breaths. Be sure to squeeze your fingers tight around the balloon when breathing in so that the air can't escape. 8. Okay, now you have to tie the balloon. That's the hardest part. Tightly hold the balloon between your first and second fingers so that no air gets out. There will be a little dangly piece of your balloon left over. Stretch out that part and wrap it once around your finger, then tie it into a knot by slipping the knobby end between your finger and the part wrapped around it. 9. Remove your finger. Ta-da! Thank you for joining me for this reading of Fuzzy Mud by Louis Sachar. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.